Welcome, reading three. I'm so excited for you guys. Now, I have to admit, I'm just as excited as you are to see what card you chose because, first of all, look at that candle. Can we talk about that for a second? Oh my gosh, you're so powerful. Our tribe is so powerful. I feel so excited about the future. But lemon is so invigorating. Like it's an invigorating energy. And so I kind of, before I even see like what your spirit animal is or what your message is from spirit, I'm feeling this energy of it feeling invigorated. It's interesting. The rosemary, I didn't take a sniff before I started. I wasn't even never even crossed my mind. And then with reading two, I like sniffed the clary sage and like kind of went into the whole energy. And yours was the same. It's like if you have anything in your house that's real lemon, go smell it right now. Oh, I wish we had smell-o-vision. Okay. And if you can, if you have a fresh, get yourself a fresh cut lemon. I feel like your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get your, look at that. Look at the way the light's playing. Yes. Keep fresh lemons around your house, even if it's just to cut into it and smell it. It's so refreshing. Oh, there's something about it. And I almost feel like I want to keep it there because the clary sage really stings the nostrils. Like it's like still in there. It's like I was smelling the lemon. And also for some of you, if you were drawn to the clary sage reading, then this is a definite yes from spirit to go check it out because there's some messages there for you. I always feel like if you're drawn to something, there's a reason. Also, my friend works for doTERRA. We do trade. So I'm not plugging, but I do love doTERRA. I do use their products. Okay. I use a lot of different companies as well, and I feel like they're kind of jumping all over the place. So I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's interesting. I went from having like this like invigorating energy with you guys and super excited to see what your card is to this like kind of dread. So since they haven't even pushed me anywhere into the lemon or citrus world right now, I'm going right in for the card. So this, your mission, should you choose to accept it, this is the energy for you to walk with over the next 3 years while Saturn is in Pisces. Oh, the mountain lion, number 17. Ooh, oh my goddess. Okay, so very exciting. There are a few people in this tribe that are really drawn to the number 17. So I can't help but wonder if I feel like I need to move the light over here, if they're going to choose this one. I get really excited sometimes because I know you guys, like some of you, you've been walking with me for years. This particular person's been walking with me for 5 years, we realized this past year. Okay, so mountain lion and lemon citrus. Also, being around citrus fruits, all citrus, lime, grapefruit, the citrus fruits have different energies with them. And I'm also feeling like it'll pull some of you out of your slump. I'm also hearing to pause this right now and go get a sip of water. Okay, the other thing that's really cool is that I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I am going to tell you that this is the card before reading two. So it's interesting that reading two spirit animal is the number 18. I feel like some of you, if you're meant to go over there, you will. Because I'm definitely, it's like I feel like they're piggybacking off of each other. Because when I was reading for two, when I was reading for one, I had no concept yet of like the other readings. And I felt like that was supposed to be that way. You know what I mean? And then like two was like, you may find something in one. And then like three, it's like, you may find something in two. So it's kind of the same thing. If you were drawn to any other readings, definitely, it's just more spirit medicine to take with you, and your medicine bag over the next 3 years. That's what this is. Saturn is going to be in Pisces. Also, I've been getting this like really uncomfortable, like I can't get comfortable, like no matter, I'm like moving around right now, like no matter how much it's like I feel this like antsy in my pantsy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you guys got to get up and move. You got to get up and move. You got to move and shake and move and shake. Get your ass up off the couch. Like I'm hearing that from spirit, like really, really strongly. You can see that the lemon's down there. Like I'm hearing to get out into nature, go into the forest, go into the woods, connect with your spirit medicine. Also, look at, there's a medicine bag here. We've got like ancient, artifacts on there. We've got seashells. And Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. So I'm feeling like for some of you guys, like you're really drawn to water, or you are water signs yourselves. I'm definitely feeling that as well. But I'm going to jump in here because each of the spirit animals has a phrase or a word or something that I feel like this like wants to go that way. I'm just like, I'm trying to get the lighting the way they want it. It's always important for you to see it the way they want you to see it. You know what I mean? Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Okay. Yeah. Because it's almost like, even before I finish what I'm saying, it's almost like, do you see how like the mountain lion's got its fangs out and they're squinting? Do you see how they're kind of squinting? Let me see if I can get in there. Do you see how they're squinting? They're squinting because they're like, it's like, they're but I'm feeling like for some of you that's how you're kind of feeling right now, like you're just like, like get away from me, I need to do my thing, and like I'm just feeling this kind of like just like unfinished. That's all I keep hearing from spirit, like this unfinished energy. So I don't know if that means anything to anybody. So before I go into the mountain lion, I'm going to read a little poem that goes with the mountain lion. So take a minute, take a breath, relax, slow down. The lemon is there to get you invigorated, right? To get you, it's very invigorating. It makes you just want to like it just is. It makes you want to dance, or it makes you want to go outside and wants to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, Maybe some of you are stuck in the mountains or stuck somewhere in the winter energy, and you're just like, fuck, like we're coming up on the thaw, right? We're in the last few days really of winter, because today in real time is the 7th. So in 13 days, we'll be in spring, or for our Southern Hemisphere family, you'll be in fall. So change and transition can be tough. And sometimes when we're in the midst of change and transition is when it's the hardest, isn't it? Because we just don't really want to do it. It's like we're not comfortable being where we are, but we're comfortable being where we are. You know what I mean? This has been the fluid theme coming through these readings, because all the energy of Saturn in Pisces is about educating ourselves on looking at what did and didn't work in our past and closing those chapters and saying goodbye. I mean, Saturn is in Pisces. It's the 12th house. It's the end of the zodiac year. So it's about wrapping things up and about looking towards the future. But you don't have to do it with aggression and anger. You can do it with bounce and pep and vitality. I mean, who doesn't look at a lemon and get happy? It's yellow. Yellow's the happiest color. It's not just because they've told us that it's happy. It's because when they started to put words with colors, it's because they would notice how people would react to the color. And that people have, every single person has their own energy and reaction to color, to sensory, like whatever it is, stimulation, outer world, inner world. And I feel like you guys are my super sensitives, my fairies, the light. And so they want you to like smell lemon. Just, even, what? I know this is going to sound bizarre, but what's a really cool thing to do for therapy is get a bowl of organic lemons, or at least make sure that they have no pesticides or whatever. You know what I mean? The healthier they are, the better, obviously, right? But I want you to get a bowl of lemons. I want you to go and buy. If you can only afford one lemon, that's okay. And maybe you can't afford a lemon at all, then you fantasize. You know what a lemon smells like. And I've been there when even a purchase of one fucking lemon for a few dollars was too much. So I'm with you. Wherever you are, you get yourself a real lemon. And if you have the lemon essential oil, that's great. But really, for you guys, the practice over the next 3 years is when you're having a tough time, work with lemons as your therapy. Go to the store and buy a shitload of lemons. Take them home, wash them, put your hands in the water, feel the water, washing away any energy, because from the time somebody picked it, throw it in a box, put it, you know what I mean? Then the person at the grocery store had to take it out of the box and put it there. And then how many people go by, pick up a lemon, smell it, put it back? You know, energy's on everything. And you're an energy magnet. You're empaths. Out of all of, so far, you're the third reading. This is, I'm really feeling like empath energy. And I feel like the mountain lion is, I feel like some of you have become the mountain lion in terms of, in this imagery of like, back off, like just get the fuck off me, like just let me be, because you're leaders, because you are the mountain lion and you're a fucking leader and you don't want to be told what to do. But we're gonna get into all that. But it's interesting that this analogy with the lemons and the mountain lion, because when you need to tame that mountain lion that wants to act aggressively, when you want to set those boundaries, because out of all the keywords that came up for Saturn and Pisces, the 3 that stuck with me was from stylecaster.com, and it was discipline, boundaries, and karma. But boundaries, and I feel like for you guys, like you're trying to set your boundaries, but people still aren't listening to you, and it's like you're frustrated and you're like, you know, it could be with anything or anyone. But I'm definitely feeling like some of you, or you're working like maybe you're the one that's doing all the work, but your boss is getting all the credit, or someone's taking the credit, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, you're doing all the hard work, and you're like, why am I still here? And they're like, because it's time for you to be a leader and start your own business or do your own thing. Stop following behind somebody else. You're angry and you're frustrated because you're waiting on somebody else. You do what's right for you. And over the next 3 years, you're going to have that guidance and that support from spirit. You know, Stylecaster also referred to it as a spiritual boot camp. And I was like, thank you. That's so fucking perfect. It's such a great way to say it, because that's what this journey over the next 3 years is going to be. A spiritual boot camp. Saturn and Pisces. A lot of shit's going to come to the surface. You don't need to worry about what's going to happen. Just do you every day, and karma will balance itself out. It's already balancing itself out. She is a bitch, and she does not forget an address. And I am telling you right now, the TRUMPs of the world, I don't even like to say their name, but I send them love and light and peace, inner peace, because obviously, you know, that's a lot of sad inner child shit going on. But that's not for me to say. That's just my own judgment and perception. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is going to sort itself out. I promise you, through legacy and through dynasty, it will happen all over the planet. And it's happening already. So don't worry and concern yourself. Don't stay up. I feel like you guys are like worrying about it. And the lemon is like, no, it's to keep bringing you back to the vitality, to the life. So you get that bowl of lemons, we're going back to lemons, and you're rinsing it in the water, and you're remembering the aspect of Pisces and the spirituality and the earth and being connected to the lemons. And then I want you to take a towel, a nice, clean, dry, brand new towel, and I want you to, or paper towels, whatever you use, no paper towels with chemicals if you can. I'm always going to support that and push that. It's worth the extra $1. I'm telling you, you can find your ways to spend your money where it means the most. Trust me. Even when I was at my most broke, I still did the things that I knew were best for me, and it always worked out. So you take those lemons and you put them on the towel, and then you take a cutting board and a knife, and you take that bowl, and I want you to cut slowly with intention and purpose. I want you to cut each lemon in any way you want to cut it. Be mindful. You won't cut yourself if you're being careful and mindful. Look at what you're doing. Feel the power of the knife under your hand. If you use a small knife, it doesn't have to be a massive knife. It could be a butter knife. If you're cutting through, you can use a butter knife to cut through a lemon if you're holding the lemon really tight and you're being careful. Because for you, beautiful reading 3, my mountain lions, this is just about you reconnecting back to self over Saturn and Pisces season. And on this journey, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to choose vitality and laughter. Think of Tinkerbell. Ooh, and listen to that car going by. It's about letting things go. And everything about this transition of Saturn through Pisces is about letting the past go, letting preconceived notions go, and focusing on the future. And for the 4 immutable signs that, according to stylecaster.com astrology, will have the most difficult travels are Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. And if you fall in those, or if they fall in major signs, they will fall in your house. But look in those areas of your house, because that's what it is. It's your spiritual house. Astrology, we are built up. It's almost like the spirit was showing it to me. It's almost like the molecular system of the soul is astrology. You know, like we have the molecular system of our avatars, of our cells, our cellular system, right? But then we have our emotional, our spiritual, our soulful selves, and that's astrology. So in this lifetime, you built your house. You did this for lessons, for learning, for teaching, because you're a leader. And over the next 3 years, you're really going to step into your leadership role. And I'm so excited for you. And this is from reading 4, but they wanted me to bring that in. And you're going to be wearing that superhero, that wonderful superhero cape with, with this on your chest, because that's who you are. Because you came here, you learned the lessons, you understand what this is about. You get it. You get it. That's the whole point. You get it. And they know you know. So here is the mountain lion to you. Over the next 3 years, these are the words and pearls of wisdom that they would like to impart on you. Mountain lion can be a very difficult power totem for you to have, because it places you in a position to be a target for the problems of others. You could be blamed for things going wrong, or for always taking charge when others cannot. You could become the perfect justification for the insecurities of others. Mountain lion medicine involves lessons on the use of power and leadership. It is the ability to lead without insisting that others follow. It is the understanding that all beings are potential leaders in their own ways. The use and abuse of power in a position of influence are part of this great cat's medicine. By observing the graceful pounce of mountain lion, you will learn how to balance your power, intention, physical strength, and grace. This relates in human terms to the balance of body, mind, and spirit. The giant feline never wastes anything. It only kills what it needs for survival. The female lion is the hunter who graces her table in a style akin to mother energy. If mountain lion has come to you in dreams, it is a time to stand on your convictions and lead yourself where your heart takes you. Others may choose to follow, and the lessons will multiply. If you have pulled the card of mountain lion, you may be asked to review the purpose behind your personal beliefs. You may need to discover whether or not your plans include a pride of cubs wanting to be like you or to share in your dreams. If you are already a leader, the question may be whether or not the time has come to push the cubs out of the cave. If you are aligned with cat medicine, you are considered to be king of the mountain and never allowed to be human or vulnerable. The pitfalls are many, but the rewards are great. And assuming the place of power that mountain lion affords, you must constantly be aware of keeping peace. However, you can never make everyone happy unless you lie to yourself or to others, for this is human nature. Therefore, the first responsibility of leadership is to tell the truth. Know it and live it, and your example will filter down to the tiniest cub in the pride. Responsibility is no more than the ability to respond to any situation. Panic is not a part of this sacred medicine. Also, I want you to research lemon, spirit energy, and spirit. I can look in my books right now, but I'm getting this vibe that they don't want me to. I feel like it's really detrimental for you to research lemons. And we know them for, like I said, the vitality, the essence, the life. They bring joy. Who doesn't like a fresh lemonade? If you've ever made real fresh, I'll tell you, the best lemonade, this is another thing you can do. After you cut those lemons, Make lemonade. Even if you don't like lemonade, make it for somebody else. Then you don't waste the lemons. Use the rinds for things. You know what I mean? Like research lemons and find out all the ways that you can use them in cooking, in cleaning, putting them in your cleaning products. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like Spirit wants you to look at Earth from a brand new perspective, through a brand new eyesight. Look and worship, I love it. Yes, work with and worship citrus fruit for the next 3 years. It will change your life drastically. And maybe you're meant to live somewhere that has constant citrus fruits. The person in this tribe that I was thinking about, I was like, oh my gosh, they were in Hawaii for 4 months, and they said that they like ate everything off the land, and they've never felt better in their life. They ate all the food grown off the land. And she was showing me like these pictures of like massive fruits, and she was like so thin, but she's like, we ate all the time and we ate delicious. She showed me this fruit, I've never even heard of it, and it looked like custard, and she goes, that's what it tastes like. She goes, it's so good, you know? And so maybe it's time for you to like branch out somewhere new, somewhere different. Use your superpowers to, you know, sit with Spirit and meditation and be like, where should I go? You know, ask Spirit, like in the words of Dr. Wayne Dyer, how can I serve? Where am I meant to go? And then ask them in meditation, close your eyes and remember that you control your brain. Your brain does not control you. Get quiet with your thoughts, connect with your inner self, work with these energies. Also, one of the best lemonades I ever made was, I did something like this, which is why that's why I kind of laughed, because that's what I did. And I made lemonade with organic maple syrup and also organic coconut sugar. Those two are really yummy. Either just, you know, one or the other, or both of them, or if you like honey, you know what I mean? Like whatever. But using a natural sweetener, I guarantee you, if you put that in the refrigerator, some people like to drink it like they like the parch where it's like makes you get like, oh, that's tart. You know what I mean? Some people love that. It's like a high. I was watching this show where they test hot sauces. It's this new show I just found. Well, actually, I didn't just find it, but I mean, like, I've seen it before, but I didn't really understand it. And then I watched a few episodes and I was like, wow, he's like doing therapy with people with hot sauce. It's so fucking awesome. It's like one of the coolest things I've ever like witnessed. And I kind of feel like it's the same thing with lemons and like citrus and fruits. Like some are sweet, some are tart. And it's like having that experience where it's like, that makes you feel alive. You know, where you're like, oh, whoa, I'm alive. Whoa, what was that? You know? So maybe you just need that to pull you out of the darkness, to pull you, you know, to bring you back to the light, you know? Back to life, back to reality. I used to love that song. Okay, so I'm going to read the contrary quickly. Hold on. Okay. If your mountain lion card is reversed, you may be playing with fire. A leader who tries to lead through tyranny or dictatorship has forgotten the medicine of truth. Through the reversal of this medicine, you may be tricked into believing that nothing else has validity except the ideas created by yourself. Watch out, because Rome crumbled for this very reason. If this aspect of the contrary medicine does not apply to your situation, look at other messages which Mountain Lion brings in the reverse position, which is, if you are avoiding taking your place of leadership, it could be because the whole idea scares you silly. Well, this is a normal state of affairs for one who has never been a leader before. In this instance, it is necessary to call upon the courage of lion and to begin by learning the lessons of the lion-hearted. Another message of Mountain Lion reversed is to not let yourself be led down the primrose path by a leader who is abusing power. If you want to put yourself on the road to being a leader in your own right, ask questions of anyone to whom you have given authority. See if they carry the medicine of Mountain Lion, and whether you can grow into your own leadership by observing how they handle the task of setting examples. Become Mountain Lion by refusing to hide in the cave of your own shyness or uncertainty. Roar with conviction, roar with power, and remember to roar with laughter to balance the medicine, which is exactly what the lemon does, right? The lemon brings that light back in. That lightheartedness. I mean, I don't know about you, but there's something about, on a hot day, a really, you know, cold lemonade, a sweet and tart, perfect balanced mixture. There's almost nothing like it. And I kind of feel like that's what Spirit's saying to you. It's okay to be sweet and tart. That's normal. That's balance, you know? But, you know, we only want to bring the tart out when we need to. You don't need to be in this face of defense. You don't need to defend anything or anyone, you know, especially your leadership. So I think it's interesting that when they were talking about being down the primrose path by a leader, this Teal, I think her name's Teal or Teal Swan or something like that. I don't know if this is her name. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this individual's come around my orbit a few times throughout my own spiritual awakening. And I think I've watched some of their videos, and I think I just wasn't interested, so I just kind of moved on. But recently, someone had kind of brought to light, like, their bullshit barometer was really high with their teachings, and they were just like, man, I don't normally like do this, but like I feel like this person needs to be like pulled out because there's something wrong here. And it's interesting because I watched their thing, and then I went and watched one of this spiritual leader, and I guess they got like millions of followers or something. But I watched this clip, and instantly, because of my gifts and what I have being a bullshit barometer, it was so high, it was like going off the charts. And what I realized in my own experience of it was this felt like somebody who is either that is all really true, and they are an alien and all that stuff, but they're not in the greatest and highest good of anybody, because any type of, in my experience working with spirit, in my humble experience of working with energies and entities that are beyond anything that I can really conceive at this time in my consciousness, that is not how we heal, and that is not how we lead, is by saying, I am above you, bow down to me. And like they have like a shrine of themselves, and like people like worship them and like take care of them. You know what I mean? That's like fucking Manson material, in my opinion. I'm not saying they're a fucking killer. I'm just saying like that's the kind of like manipulative. So be mindful, and wolves in sheep's clothing. This is the second reading this has come up. So be mindful of who you're following, who you're looking at. I always say, even for myself, that's why I say, I'm like, this is what I think, this is what I feel. I'm not telling you to feel anything. You have to go by your own intuition, your own feeling, because if you're at a level of consciousness that you don't see beyond that bullshit yet, that's okay, because even at whatever, they're still teaching, you know what I mean? So I can see that, but putting yourself in a place of benevolence on earth and human form is what got us into trouble in the first place. And so for me, that's the fakery and the fuckery I have a hard time digesting. So just be mindful on your path of who you're like aligning with, and who you're, you know what I mean? So that's that. I'm gonna leave that there. Then it says, become mountain lion by refusing to hide in the cave of your own shyness or uncertainty. Roar with conviction, roar with power, and remember to roar with laughter to balance the medicine. Exactly. It's just time for you to balance it out. You got it. You're so powerful. You've got the fairy, you've got the light, right? There's nothing wrong with you tonight. You all right? You're amazing, right? Like, I just want to rhyme and be silly with you because I feel your fun fairy energy. Also, Lemurians. Oh my gosh, I had to bring this in because this same light worker I was talking about gifted the tribe with this, and I'm feeling like this energy, like these downloads that are coming through. I know at some point they're going to have me do a video on this, maybe a few, because it's just so spectacular. So, it's time to connect with your Lemurian roots too. For those of you who align with the Lemurian spirit medicine, this is it. This is the time, to get in there and work with it. Ooh, look at that. It's like trying to adjust itself. I'm trying to go in on the crystal, and it wants to go in on the candle. But it's time for you to align with that. Also, the fact that the crystal wanted to point to the feather, I feel like for some of you, like, yeah, like you're graduating like this. And I feel like for some of you, you've already leveled up. Like, you've already leveled up. You've been leveling up for a while, but the light's going to really shine bright for you. It's going to really, really, really shine bright for you over the next 3 years, because you're going to start seeing things in a whole different way, in a way that you didn't even know yourself was going on. You know what I mean? Also, I don't know if you guys have felt the shift. Like, I'm in it right now, and last night was a full moon in Virgo, and just the way I responded to this full moon and this shift, my body just like, I slept. I normally don't sleep on full moons. I woke up and I had this really weird dream about an ex, but I realized it was like letting something go. And then all of a sudden I told my husband about it, and it was such a beautiful moment, the way he held me and talking about it. And then I felt so free. And then I was like, wow, this Saturn and Pisces energy is amazing if we align with it. But if we fight back, if we try to work against it, it will work against us. So don't work against it, work with it. Go with the flow, okay? It's in the Piscean energy, the water energy. I feel like this wants to go back up to show you, like, this reminds me of like dark waters. It's about going with the flow. and remembering to stay in the high vibration of the lemon energy. And knowing that spirit has you. Like, look at this. It's like, that's no joke. And that's you. Look at how the candle is behind the card. Okay, you can see that the candle is behind the card, but yet the light, thank you, Lemurians, but the light is still shining onto you. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, you will be that beautiful bright light. So it's okay to help people in the darkness. Just don't fucking stay there. You know, you're not there to, you know, people have to heal themselves, and they can only meet you halfway. Have you ever heard that saying? You know, people can only meet you halfway as they're willing to meet themselves, something like that. And if your light's too bright for them and they can't handle it, you find that balance. But don't stay in the darkness for anybody. You know, you're meant to walk the path of the warrior and to be in the light. You're a mountain lion, man. You're a fucking mountain lion. Don't let anybody tell you different. All right, you guys, until next time, I wish you nothing but peace, happiness, wellness, abundance, all the good stuff. Love, 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 love over the next 3 years, you know. And I said this to the other, one of the other readings as well. You know, there's this link. Keep this link handy for you so that you can go back and reference things, or if there's something that you forgot, you know, because I feel like there was little breadcrumbs throughout this. But also research the mountain lion spirit animal on your own. Work with the 17 angel number. It's also the number 8. In real time, tomorrow's International Women's Day on the 8th. And if you haven't watched the full moon in Virgo meets Saturn in Pisces reading that I did for the tribe, woo, throat chakra, go check it out. Okay, so everything's out there. All right, I got to go because I'm running out of time. I love you so much. Take really good care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you at the next reading, and I'll be walking with you. You're not alone. The next 3 years, I'll be here. Take care. Love you. Bye.